So I actually started playing rugby when I was 5, so I've been playing for 22 odd years now, so I feel a bit of a veteran now. But I started playing when I was 5 because my older brother and sisters played, so I started in the minis down in Portsmouth, so Portsmouth Rugby Club. Started with the minis there, went all the way up through until I was 13, so stopped playing with them there. Went on to play girls rugby, then went on to play for women's, played for Richmond for about 10 years or so, and then when Harlequins decided that they wanted to come into the Premiership as well, I decided to come over to Harlequins.
And what was it that attracted you to Harlequins specifically?
Well, I've always been a big fan of Harlequins. I've been to a number of games that the men have played here, and also playing for England as well. We've played a lot of games at the Stoop, so I've got quite an affinity with the Stoop anyway. And given what Harlequins are looking to build for the future for women's rugby, it was definitely something that I wanted to be a part of from the off.
Do you think the women's team will want to replicate how the men play? Harlequins are known for their expansive and exciting style of play. Is that something that you want to replicate?
Yeah, well, even though I'm a prop, I'm a big ball carrier, and I love to play into space as well as all of the tight play. So for Harlequins, we really do look to ship it wide. So we've got some amazing backs in our squad. You've always got to earn the right to go wide. So there's a lot the forwards need to do to suck the defences in, and then ship it out wide, and hopefully in a couple of phases time I'll be out on the wing there and make a break.
Talk to us about the new Super Rugby structure. It's a bit of a landmark moment for the women's game. You must be so excited and proud to be a part of that.
Well, being in the women's setup for so many years, I've only ever seen it as an amateur sport in the past, and that's about 5 years ago that trend started to change, and now it's really kind of focusing on how can we bring women's rugby more into the professional era. So what we're looking to do with the Super League and the domestic game in general is to really raise the standards. So the onus is really on the 10 teams in the Super League to actually start focusing on how can they bring the players up from the current standard that they're on and bring it up to that next level. The whole idea is that the RFU wants to have more players feeding into that international setup, and that can only be a good thing.
Tell us about the hopes and aspirations for the team for the new season. You'll obviously want to be winning silverware again, but are there more specific and concentrated goals that you'll be achieving?
Well, they always say that retaining a title is a lot harder than winning it in the first place. So obviously we're going to look to go into next season to win the silverware again. We by no means had a perfect season, so I think for us as a squad is to really look at that development from all of the players within our squad and make sure that we've got a really robust team not moving forward, but then also to get the development of the game from the start of the season all the way to the end of it, and make sure we have a really kind of high performance throughout, and see if we can get a clean score sheet.
Before that league starts, there's the Women's Rugby World Cup this summer. That's another huge potential for the women's game to perform on such a big stage.
Well, yeah, but looking even before that, we've got England have got a tour to New Zealand, so that kicks off in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, World Cup for me is still a couple of months off, but to be able to go to that kind of stage and play all of the different teams in the world in that kind of environment, and for everybody to be looking in, that can only be a good thing for women's rugby. So for the likes of Harlequins moving forwards, that's a great way to showcase the game, and so that will be a positive effect for next season.
And just finally, the Harlequins women's side is going to be a new team for the supporters to get on board with. A lot of new faces for the supporter base. Who would be your ones to watch within the squad for next season?
My ones to watch. So I would say that Shauna Brown. She is definitely my one to watch. She's transferred over from a different sport, so she's a lot of athletics, a lot of different things before she came into rugby. So she's only been playing rugby for about a year now, and she's very, very exciting when she gets on the ball. So think of like the likes of Billy Villapola. When he's on the ball, he's an absolute wrecking ball, and yeah, she's definitely an exciting one to watch.